welcome along to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show. So we were radio presenters, presented a breakfast radio show together. We got the sack, went to Mallorca, got drunk and decided to start this podcast.
We are now sponsored by East Midlands Airport, RedBrik Estate Agents and the Casa Hotel Group. It's actually nearly a year since we started this podcast.
That is crazy.
I think it's the 5th of June.
Yeah, 5th or 6th of June, beginning of June. It's like imminent anyway, isn't it?
Imagine if we could go back and say to ourselves, girls, in a year's time, you're going to be sponsored by all these three people. We'd be like, lost.
Well, we've said, haven't we, many times that we used to go and sit in Casa. They've got like a lovely restaurant upstairs. We used to go and sit there with our notepads and our pens and write down plans, didn't we? And we literally didn't have any idea how to start a podcast. And we literally used to sit there writing stuff down, researching things on our laptops. And then a year later, they are sponsoring us.
Yeah, and we're having a party there next Friday.
Yeah, nuts.
Crazy.
I've got a little shot on the go this morning, by the way.
Oh yeah, is it ginger?
Yeah, I'm starting a new healthy routine.
Good. I knew this would happen
every night. Yeah.
How long's this going to last?
Probably a week, if that. This is a bit strong, though, I have to say. I started this at home.
Scratches the throat on the way down, doesn't it?
It's an orange, lemon, turmeric, ginger and pepper shot. And I tell you what, it takes the hairs off your chinny chin. It really does.
Crikey.
But good stuff.
Good stuff. Turmeric is very, very good for you.
It's the one.
It's the one.
Isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I never have it. Literally, I can't remember the last time I had it.
Do you know what I want to try?
What?
It's a matcha. You know, everyone goes on about, I'm having my morning matcha.
Oh, God, no.
I want to try one because they're meant to be so good for you.
Give me a iced vanilla latte with sweet cream foam.
Well, I think Starbucks
What is matcha anyway?
Matcha.
What is it?
It's all kind of like, it's goodness. It's greens, isn't it, basically? I'm going to go to Starbucks and get one this weekend because they do them.
Waste of money.
I'm going to try it.
You will try that once. You will never have it again.
I'm probably not going to like it.
Can I have sweet cream foam on the top?
Yeah.
Can you pop some sugar in it, please?
Add a shot of coffee into that.
I tell you what, we were talking about not having sugar yesterday. One thing I did realise is we don't buy sugar anymore. So we don't buy like granulated sugar. So I don't have sugar in my tea or coffee anymore at all.
That's good.
Yeah. That's not bad, is it?
That's a start.
I tried it yesterday. I was a bit like, ooh, it's a bit sweet.
Too sweet, yeah.
So, 30 days to kick a habit, apparently.
I had to buy a bag of sugar for the first time in years the other day.
In years?
Yeah, literally, I haven't, like you say, you just don't buy it really, do you?
Who buys granulated sugar anymore?
Well, me, the other day. Well, my mum wanted some. She was like, you've got no sugar in your cupboard, so I had to go and buy a little one. Yeah, and I actually thought, I was like,
you have sugar in your coffee? Oh, you have vanilla?
I have, vanilla shot in it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So yeah, I was literally like, this feels weird, buying a bag of sugar.
Do you like an ice cube? No, not an ice cube. Sorry, a sugar cube.
Oh dear, what does that
like a sugar cube? It reminds me of feeding horses. What the hell I'm talking about?
Come on, pony.
Yeah, I used to go to the Shire rescue home, Shire Horses Rescue Home when I was little, and I just remember
sugar cubes.
And I used to eat one.
Do you know what I did when I was a kid? If you go out with your mum and dad or whatever, and you sat at a little cafe, you pick one out of the little sugar bowl, wouldn't you?
That's what gave us pleasure when we were kids, sucking on a bloody sugar cube.
None of these iPads or YouTube, a sugar
I've left
cube.
a 14-year-old, right? I walked into him and I was like, morning, just before I came here at 9:25. She's like, don't open my blinds. And I was like, oh God, why? What's going to happen to you? You're going to burst into flames, love. So I went and opened them. Like a really annoying mum. I was like, get out of bed. She was.
And what did happen to her? Anything? Did
nothing.
She change
she just
colour
went back to sleep and I left.
Oh.
So I'll leave her to it.
I had to do an emergency run last night because Lils is off to London with her dad this weekend. And she forgot the iPad. Emergency. I know, panic. Oh. Absolute mass panic.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if I ever lost my phone, I don't know what I'd do.
Also,
what do you actually do?
Oh, I would be
lost.
What
do you do? What happens if you lose your phone?
I think you just go and get a new one, or aren't you insured? They send you a new one.
Where does all your stuff go?
I think that's it. It's gone forever.
Oh, is it on
Unless
iCloud?
it's on the cloud.
Yeah. Do you understand that?
I don't. I think all my stuff's on the cloud, but I don't know where the cloud is.
What is the cloud?
I don't know.
And it needs updating. So it's just like, your cloud is full. Do you want to pay to upgrade? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I pay for my cloud.
But where is the cloud? Where is the cloud?
Do you log into your
situated?
cloud? Do you know how to log into your cloud?
No idea.
God.
Has everyone got a cloud?
Yeah. I don't. They must
do. You automatically get a cloud?
I think you automatically get a cloud. It's not on your phone, is it? Doesn't it upload? Your phone uploads to your cloud.
But where's the cloud?
I think you have to log into it on a computer.
Can you not log into it on your phone?
Well, no, because what's the point? No.
Just to see what's on your cloud?
Maybe.
So you can check what's on the cloud. I read this thing once that they said that it's in Antarctica, isn't it, or something? There's some weird like place in Antarctica where it is all like stored. That's where the cloud apparently is meant to be. Or is it the cloud or something else?
I think you're thinking of something else. Is it the cloud just on the internet? Why is it in Antarctica? Was it a shed?
Yeah, there is something. It's like a massive building in Antarctica that stores something.
Clouds?
I can't remember what it is.
Someone needs to explain this to us.
Can anybody explain to
I
us
actually
what
might
the
look
cloud
into
is,
it.
please? Email us.
Now we've talked about this, one of us is going to lose our phones and we're going to be like, the cloud.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Where's
thank God for the cloud.
You'll be in Antarctica.
Searching.
Hello.
I need my photos from 1998, please. Quick.
I didn't like an Eskimo. Hello, Eskimo. Do you have my cloud? Do they have Eskimos in Antarctica? Eskimo's weird. If you really think about it, hi, what do you do? I'm an Eskimo. Also, the word Eskimo. It's really weird, isn't it?
I do like how they rub noses, though. I really like that. I do that with Lily. We like rub noses, and I think it's the cutest thing in the world.
Do you know what, at the moment, we're talking about our simple life. Yeah, opting out. We'll discuss this actually next week. We're going to opt out.
We've got a plan, guys.
Why don't we become Eskimos?
Too cold. I can't have cold weather.
You never hear. No, they've got igloos, mate.
Nah, the cold. I had to have my heating on last night, mate. I'm not going to survive in Antarctica. If I've got my heating on in June,
there's never a scandal involving an Eskimo, is there? You think of all the scandals in the world. Nuns.
I think Eskimos do naughty things.
I don't think they do. I think they're too cold. I don't think they do. I think they're all wrapped up, aren't they, all the time? So they can't do anything. You can't punch an Eskimo, can you? They've got layers. They're not going to have an affair, are they? Must take an age to get your pants off if you're an Eskimo.
How have we got onto this from the cloud?
Let's finish. Right, day before yesterday, I had 2 run-ins with old people.
Oh no, not again.
Now listen, when I say old people, you know, like people that are kind of 60 and over, I wouldn't say they're old people. When I'm talking about old people, I'm like 80 plus now. I think old has got older.
You know why that is as well? It's because we're older.
Yeah.
So because we're older, because we're now like 40 and in our 40s, we're like, oh no, 60's not old.
Hey mate, you are not in your 40s yet. Don't you do yourself down.
All right.
You've got how many months?
Hang on. July, August, September, October. Like 6 months.
You've got half a year. Do you not wish your life away?
Because
once you hit 40, mate,
it's all downhill.
Anyway, so we're talking old, like slightly hunched old, yeah?
Yeah, I know the sort.
And the first encounter I had, I walked into Co-op behind an old man who bent over and farted, right? And it wasn't just it was like a... I thought you just...
I actually love it when old people do, because they don't know either, do they? They don't know. Idea. They're completely oblivious.
Just literally... So I was like, brilliant. Yeah. But I think he was getting like natural yogurt or something. And I thought, oh, mate. Oh. Anyway, he walked out without paying for the natural yogurt. And I thought, I ain't going to dob him in. I was like, you go on, son.
Do you think he did it on purpose, really? But he thought, no one will ask me because I'm just an old man who trumps.
Just trumps, yeah. He literally, I think he must have got confused or something. He just walked out with it.
Oh. Or maybe he is an absolute professional thief.
Stop thief.
Yeah.
So that was that. And then later on, oh God, this is awful, Becky. So I was in a shop. No, I wasn't. I was in a car park and I was coming down the steps and I was going to go into the shopping centre. And at the moment, I've got a real thing about germs. I don't know what it is. Anxiety. I don't know. I just don't want to get ill at the moment. And I thought, I don't open doors with my hands anymore. I kick the bottom of the door to open it, right, with my foot.
Right.
And I was like jogging down these steps, got to the door, kicked the door, smacked this old lady.
Well, I was just going to say that to you. Aren't you like smacking people in the face when you kick it?
I was like, I am so sorry. She's like, it's all right, dear. And I kind of like got her, you know, those shopping trolleys that they pull, old people.
What are they called, those things?
I don't know. We'll have one soon. Shopping trolleys.
I don't know what the name is of them.
I don't know. They all have them though, don't they?
They all have them. I tell you what, there's a bit of room in them as well. They can fit it all in there.
So luckily that was in front of her, so it kind of hit that. But I did startle her.
Yeah.
And then I kind of was like, ever so sorry. I said, I don't like touching doors with my hands anymore because of the germs. Because I thought she'll like this.
When did this start, by the way? I didn't even know this, that you don't open doors with your hands anymore.
Not long. I'd say I'll give it a week. 7 days ago, I just thought, I think it's because since we went to Florida, you touch everything when you're at Disney, like everything. And you just think, Christ, the amount of germs that must be everywhere.
Well, do you know what I never use? I never use hand dryers, ever. I haven't done it for years. I never use them. I always use tissue, or if they've got
it's the
paper
air
towels, it blows germs out. Yeah, they're known to be really bad for germs.
Oh, well, I won't do that anymore.
Don't do that
I like
either.
the Dyson ones. Like, when you put your hands in and out. Like
riddled.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. They're known for it.
I also, this brings me on to something. I feel like I'm all over the place today, but this is good. Right, so makeup brushes.
Yeah.
Right, I watched a TikTok of a woman. She had have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I can guess what you're going to say.
Petri dishes. Yeah, remember Petri dishes, and it had some whatever in it. So she went, right, this is a clean makeup brush. This is a makeup brush I've used for 1 week. Only 1 week, right? So she dipped one in one there. So I'm going to put them on the shelf and leave them there. A week later, she goes back.
I bet it's bad.
My goodness gracious me. Becky, the mould that had grown. I thought of you. I thought, I'm not sending you this. It's disgusting.
Mate, I don't know the last time I washed my makeup brushes. Literally, I don't know when.
Why don't you wash your makeup brushes?
Never think to.
And also, like, how do you usually wash them? How do you wash?
Well, I don't.
You've never washed. Mate.
I don't think I do it.
Would you just throw them away and buy a new one?
That's what I do. Yeah, right. Never wash them.
I'm about to change your life.
Go on.
I thought the other day, I need, because I do wash them, but I've got a makeup brush wash and you put it in, you have to, it's just a hassle.
It is.
Get a pillowcase, put all of your makeup brushes in your pillowcase, tie a knot, shove it in the washing machine.
Bish, bash, bosh, done.
Bish, bash, bosh.
Okay, I'm going to do that. That's going to be my big thing this weekend.
That, honestly, it works a treat. Almost half an hour, clean.
What wash do you put it on?
I put it on a mix, 40 degrees.
Okay, that's good to know. Actually, I'm having a bit of a cleaning weekend this weekend anyway. So makeup brushes, I'll do that. My trainers, I've been banging on about this for probably the last 3 weeks. Right? I saw something on TikTok again. So my white trainers have got a little bit grubby, a little bit dirty, right? And I saw this woman, she uses, the big tub of the pink stuff that you get. So she gets a toothbrush, she puts that all over first. Then she does a spray and then she puts them in the washing machine with a detergent thing.
Yeah.
They came out like they were brand spanking new. So I'm going to do it this weekend.
Makeup brushes and trainers for you this weekend, madam.
Yeah, big weekend.
Big weekend.
So I put my mum on a train yesterday. She's been up staying with me, obviously, this week.
Did you put her on it or did you throw her on it?
I mean,
pushed her slightly.
Yeah.
Here you go, mum.
It's just too long, isn't it? Obviously, I live on my own, right? Lily's the only person that lives with me and only half the time. So she's not even with me full time. So I am very used to my own space, doing things how I want to, having everything where I want it to be, doing what I want to do when I want to do it. Okay?
You know what you're like? You're like a little Eskimo.
But I have the heating on, mate.
You're the warm Eskimo.
Yeah. So I think it was just too long to have my mum staying with me. So she was with me from Sunday until Thursday. So what's that, 5 days?
Yeah.
That's too long.
Yeah.
It's too long to have somebody in your space, right? My mum's got some weird habits, okay? So one of her weird habits is she will leave kitchen units open, the door. So in your kitchen, she'll just leave them open. She'll go in, she'll get something, and then she leaves them wide open.
Oh, dear.
And I walk into my kitchen and it's literally, the vibes are off because the doors are all just open everywhere. Another one of her habits is she'll say she'll get a little chocolate waffle out of the cupboard and eat it. Right? She's a bit peckish, so she eats it. She'll eat most of it, literally leave the tiniest bit, the last bit of it, but she'll always leave a little bit. Just leaves it on the unit.
Oh no.
It's a little bit, it looks like a little mouse has been at it or something. So I get it. And I'm like, Mum, why haven't you finished this waffle? It actually drives me insane.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, there was a bit of drama that we had on, what day was it? Wednesday. I mentioned it to you yesterday, didn't I? I was in Bakewell with my mother. And we slightly came to blows. That's all I'm going to say on it, actually. We slightly came to blows. I think both of us were feeling, being in each other's spaces.
Oh, if you were in Bakewell on, was it Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
I apologise. I really apologise for what went down. I can't even talk about it, right? But if you happen to witness it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Can I say the message that you sent me?
What did I send you?
You sent, and it said, mate.
Hang on, what did I say?
Let's have a look. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know where it is. I'll have to scroll back, way back here. Hang on. Well, let me get to Wednesday.
Why do we send so many messages, by the way?
It's actually ridiculous. Said,
did I say?
Mate, something bad has happened. I've just had the biggest shouting row with my mum Bakewell. And she's disappeared.
Well, she walked off in a huff. She walked off in a huff, you see. And she had her dog with her. I had Lily with me. So me and Lily went off in one direction. Her and her dog went off in the other. And then she didn't have her phone on her. I couldn't find her in Bakewell. So me and Lily were in the car. We drove around Bakewell, I kid you not, about 7 times. 7!
And there'd have been someone going, oh, look, she's lost her mum now. Yeah. They've had a row. She's driving round.
Honestly. And then I finally spotted her. I mean, if you know Bakewell, it was on the roundabout where the Rutland Arms is, okay? I spotted my mum looking mad with her dog, like doing that angry walk around Bakewell. And I pulled over, got her in the car, and then we didn't speak for the whole way home. So, yeah, anyway, she got on a train yesterday.
She got on it. Forced, not forced.
I mean, I was
of her own will.
You got to go. The time has come. So, yes, I've got my place back to myself. Last night I had a big cleaning spree.
Oh,
I closed those cupboard doors. I threw away all those bits of food on the unit. And then I sat down, I watched the Kardashians and I thought, yes, Becky, this is it. This is the life. Honestly. But anybody who's thinking of having their mum come to stay for 5 days, do not do it. I'd say
2 nights.
2 nights.
3 at a push. But yeah,
don't do it. Okay. I mean, I love my mum, but it was too much.
Right, what's going on in the world? This morning, first thing I did was I woke up and I put on BBC iPlayer.
Well, you messaged me last night, didn't you? And I only saw it this morning talking about Phil Schofield's interview that he's done with the BBC. So he has come out, he's done a sit-down interview. They all do this, don't they? Let's have a sit-down interview.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting he's done it with BBC as well, isn't it?
Well, he couldn't go to ITV, mate.
I mean, he could have done it on his own.
Yeah, could have done.
Could have just recorded it on his own social media.
He could have done, couldn't he? Why don't people do that?
Probably because they don't get paid.
Maybe.
Do you think he got paid?
I wouldn't have thought so.
I mean, the first thing I thought was, oh, he looks so skinny and very forlorn.
I mean, it's been a hell of a couple of weeks for him, hasn't it? Let's be honest, because he is getting it from all angles. He's basically lost everything. I mean, everything that he's built up, he is completely lost. And it's like a pack of wolves, isn't it? Like the wolves are coming for him and he is getting it from everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I think, listen, I watched it and I messaged him and I was like, I feel sorry for him, but that's I'm supposed to, aren't I? That's the whole point of him doing.
I definitely felt sorry for him.
Yeah, I did feel sorry for him. I think the guy's made a really, 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 really big mistake and lied, and it's awful, and it is all a bit odd. It still doesn't quite stack up, does it? But I think I'm past caring now. I think it's
been going on a long time. It's going to continue to go on because obviously Monday, Holly's meant to be back on this morning.
Well, she looks like she's having a lovely time in Portugal. I mean, I have to say, she doesn't look too worried. No. I mean, I'm sure she is, but she's having a nice family holiday. Good for her.
We talked about Holly, didn't he? Because this guy was grilling him. He's like, when's the last time you spoke to Holly? But he was a bit, he didn't give a definitive answer on that. He looked a little bit like he didn't quite know what to say, didn't he?
There were two really odd things. One, he was like, what would you say to your wife? She's watching now. And I was a bit like, what a weird thing to like. And he didn't say anything to do. He was a bit like, oh, it was a really difficult conversation. But I was like, I don't know, I just found that really odd.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did completely skirt the Holly issue. But I do think he's done the interview today purposely before Holly goes back on Monday.
To protect her a bit,
probably. A little bit.
Yeah. But I agree. I felt sorry for him. Like, you can't be a human being and not feel a bit sorry for him watching that, because at the end of the day, he's having a right old time. Whatever he's done, right or wrong, he's having a right old time of it, isn't he?
Well, he said he would be he's suicidal. He basically said that if it wasn't for his daughters, he would have attempted suicide, which is horrific. And he also brought up Caroline Flack. And it is kind of a little bit like Caroline Flack. They're just going for him, aren't they?
They're not stopping. Yeah. And I think there does have to be a point, doesn't there, where it stops, because he's lost everything already.
Yeah,
hasn't he?
What do they want?
Yeah, where do they kind of want it to go from here?
Yeah. I just think as well, I think we're all a bit like, there seems to be how do I say this? I know in TV, we were talking about toxicity, and wherever you work, if it's quite a big company, there's always toxic people, isn't there? There's always nice people, there's nosy people, there's gossipy people, do you know what I mean? There's in that environment. I think in TV and radio, it's a little bit worse.
It is like that, because I think the sort of personalities that you get, people have got massive egos, they're creative people, they're treated a bit differently, they're getting paid a lot of money, they've got this kind of like they call it a God complex, don't they? Because they're in front of people. They've got people who adore them. They've got fans, and they're a bit untouchable.
They earn a lot of money.
Yeah, so it is completely different. I think not that it's right, because it's not, but it's a different working environment. But then, mind you get egos in every sort of workplace, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it's interesting that he said about not having a car account with ITV, and Eamon Holmes is like, I'm pretty sure he would have had a car account.
Well, there's quite a lot of conflicting views, isn't there? But what is it they say? They always say that there's one side, the other side, then there's the truth.
There is.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what Holly does on Monday.
Do we think she's going to go back?
Yes, 100%.
I just don't know.
I wonder who should. I think she'll be with Alison, 100%. It'll be her and Alison.
Okay, let's see on Monday.
We're going to watch.
So, mate, it is Friday, which means it's time to delve into my dating shenanigans.
Shall we start with Mr. Mattress?
Let's start with Mr. Mattress. Mr. Mattress is getting quite a following, by the way, quite a fan base on this show. We have a lot of people, don't we, message us on our Instagram page talking about Mr. Mattress. And a lot of our little ferals who are coming to our first birthday party next Friday, a week today, are desperate to meet him because, guys, he's coming, or meant to be coming.
Yeah, he's meant to be. So we're all going to be all eyes on the door, seeing if Mr. Mattress arrives, because don't forget, we don't know who he is.
We don't know what he looks like. We still don't know his true identity. He just emails us. We don't know who he is.
Yeah. All we know is that he once saw you DJing in a club somewhere. That's it. Did he ask you for
Asked me for a song, but I can't remember who he is or anything like that.
So even we don't know who he is. So he's emailing, and I love this. So 3 days ago, we got an email. We had said about he has to become a little feral if he wants to come to our party. So he's become a little feral, which we're very, very pleased about.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mattress.
And he says he missed the party invite. He wants some more details. And we were talking about him coming dressed as a mattress. So we put, so attend dressed as a mattress, ? Oh my God, I can't imagine. How would I get there? Strapped to the roof of a taxi, back of a van. This is the venue, mate. Just drop me off, dump me here. Classy arrival. But if I did make it in one piece, though, I'd try and remain horizontal for maximum fancy dress effect. And I would defo allow Becky to have a bounce for a hard, medium or soft test. Sounds like Laura is playing a wild one too. She may fancy a cheeky bounce also. Please not at the same time, though. Christ. Love it.
Do you know what? He's got a good sense of humour, Mr. Mattress, hasn't he?
This is a bit like Blind Date.
Isn't it? You were saying as well, what if Mr. Mattress turns up to our first birthday party and he's tall, dark, handsome,
my God,
my type?
Well, we won't see you for dust.
Oh, no.
There'll
I'll be bouncing on that mattress non-stop. I'll be testing it out, all right?
Springs will be boinging off everywhere.
So we really hope that he comes along, don't we? Dressed as a mattress or not. Either or, just come along.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I've got another little dating story for you.
Okay, right.
So this is going back quite a few years. So I was, hang on. Yeah, I know this is going back a little while. And basically, I was chatting to this guy.
Was he really nice? You always go, he was really nice.
No, this one wasn't actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to
You
remember.
don't know this guy.
I don't know him, but I was around. Yeah, because I remember.
Right. But I don't think I spoke to you about him too much, this guy. But no, he wasn't the nicest, actually. Anyway, so we had been on a few dates and he could fly a plane. He wasn't like a pilot, that wasn't his job, but he had like a little plane that he flew in his, I don't know, spare time or whatever. So he said to me, he was like, why don't I take you up in my plane one afternoon? So I was like, yeah, sure. I just said yes, right? Because I'm quite a say yes person.
Yeah.
But then I said yes. And as the date drew closer, I started to get really scared. And I thought, oh my God, hang on a minute. I'm going up in a tiny plane.
Teeny tiny.
Like teeny.
Like
you could only, I think you could fit 4 people in there, but very like squishy. So 2 in the front and then 2 in the back. It was, maybe there wasn't even any in the back.
It's like a little plane Indiana Jones like crashes in his films.
I mean, literally,
like teeny
it's
tiny.
So small, yeah. So, and as it drew close, I thought, I'm going into this plane with this guy I don't really know that well, and he's flying. He's flying the plane, right? And I thought, what if it crashes? I've got a daughter. I thought, oh my God, I can't die on a date in a plane crash.
Did you go anyway?
Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. So I put the fear behind me. Driving there, I got a sweat on. I thought, oh my God.
What did you wear?
It was quite a hot day. It's like a little dress.
Right, okay.
And like sandals, I think. But driving there, I was literally like, oh my God. Because I'm not good with heights either. I'm not the best person with heights. Got there and, you know, blah, blah, got all ready, did the safety stuff, got in the plane with him. Mate, I was absolutely shitting myself.
Didn't he get a little bit annoyed with you because you were so nervous?
He did, yes. So this was the next thing, right? I mean, the worst thing to do to somebody who's nervous is then get annoyed at them for being nervous. This is why he wasn't a very nice guy. So I was kind of asking a lot of questions and being like, can we just go up for a little bit and come back down? And then I'll like break me in like gradually sort of thing. Like I don't want to be up there for ages because he was going on about like flying to York and stuff. And I was like, no, because that's like an hour or something. I was like, no, it's too long. Like, let me just like ease into it gently. Anyway, yeah, he was getting really annoyed and he thought I was basically thinking that he couldn't fly this plane properly. Right. So we're up in this plane.
Did you see his credentials? Did you see his pilot credentials?
No.
Did he wear a pilot's uniform?
No. Oh. Normal clothes.
Oh, God.
But anyway, we went up. We weren't really speaking much because he was annoyed at me that I was so nervous. So we went up and I made him do a loop and we went back down. I was like, can we just do that first? And so I chill out a little bit. So to be fair, he did, but he was in a grump about it. But then after a while, it was actually really good.
I would have died if he'd done like a loop the loop just because you were pissed off. It was like, right,
here we go.
Hold on tight, love.
But then I started to really enjoy it. The views were incredible. I started to like get quite comfortable. I was like, yeah, this is a bit of me. But we didn't continue because he was, well, there were a few reasons, but he was very grumpy, I have to say. So I never went up in the plane.
So that's the grumpy pilot. We'll call him the grumpy pilot.
Yes. But I lived to tell the tale. I didn't die.
Isn't there someone else? Oh no, Tiny Hands. He was a pilot. Maybe have something about pilots.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
There's something quite attractive, isn't there, about somebody who can handle a plane. Yeah. It's a cool job, isn't it? But that wasn't enough for me to go on a second date with little hands because he just wasn't cool.
He didn't have the hands to fly a plane.
Well, we talked about this before. I mean, how could he handle a plane with little hands like that?
What about, would you be attracted to someone that could fly a helicopter?
Yes. I think anyone who can just handle something
in the air.
Yeah. Or
a glider. Would you go in a glider?
Would I go in a glider?
Would you actually go in a glider? You couldn't pay me enough money to go in a glider.
I don't know.
No, you just fall. That's all you do. You're gliding downwards.
I don't know.
What if he was really fit?
Oh, probably, yes.
What other?
Or even like an F1 driver. Do you know what I mean? They're handling really fast cars.
You'd go with an F1 driver, would you? Yeah, I think most of us would love because of his bank balance.
Do you know what? I got driven round once with, what's the place called? Not Silverstone, the other one. It's down south near Luton somewhere. God, I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. But it's where Lewis Hamilton learned to like drive, apparently. Anyway, for a job that I did years ago, I had to get driven around like by an F1 driver. Mate, it was terrifying. Well, he became very fit, yes, because I felt like he'd saved my life. I was like, "Oh God, he didn't let me die. Thank you." I was like hugging him at the end, and then he became very attractive.
Well, hang on a minute. What about Little Hands then? Let's go back to him. What if he was the best pilot in the world? Hang on. What if he was a Red Arrow pilot?
A pirate. It would make him more attractive for sure, but it was just the hands.
I don't think you can get better than a Red Arrow pilot. Name me. Apart from Top Gun, maybe Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
You know, that's almost like that would make me go weak at the knees.
Yeah, same.
Brain surgeon, wow. But if then a Red Arrow pilot came along, I'd be like, oh.
There's something about an active guy who's in control of stuff. There's something like literally, come and get me. Like, take me down.
So we're thinking, okay, so anyone listening, if you're into like high speed anything, so whether it's a car, okay, planes, trains, automobiles.
Yep.
Okay, but at high speed. What about a train driver? Ever thought that? What about a road sweep in a really fast one?
No, not a road sweep. I do know a train driver, actually. I know a train driver.
Right, yeah. All right.
Lovely.
Nice.
Lovely, yeah.
But not for you.
Not for me.
So it's got to be in the air or very fast on the land.
It doesn't have to be very fast. Just someone who can handle something. Just someone who's like good at handling stuff. You know, They just know what they do. They're very cool, calm, collected. They just know what they're doing.
Actually, this is a little bit of you. I've noticed that even builders, they're good with their hands.
Oh, if they can do stuff, if they're handy, yes.
Right. What do we think Mr. Mattress does for a living?
You never know. We should ask him. We haven't asked him.
All right, then, Mr. Mattress.
Let us know. Are you handy with your hands?
Do you fly planes or helicopters? I mean, imagine if he's like, I actually.
That's it. Done deal. That's me off the market.
Right, we're off. Have a wonderful weekend.
See you Monday.